Good day, it's Dr. Rapiti. Welcome to another video. It's Sunday, the 13th of October 2024. And today I want to read a poem that I dedicated and wrote to the late Jackie Stone. It's entitled, "The Brilliant, Compassionate Dr. Jackie Stone Died for the Truth." It was a warm and pleasant morning in Harare, the capital of Zimbabwe. 4 burly policemen came to arrest the innocent Jackie Stone for committing the forbidden crime of using the cheapest, safest, and most effective combination of drugs which saved thousands of Zimbabwean citizens during COVID. Through her sharp and clinical mind and a daunting, fearless passion, Jackie thrust herself into her work to achieve a mission to save every life that passed away. And to Jackie's credit, only 2 people passed away. She worked tirelessly and endlessly from the early hours of the morning into the never-ending hours of the night. She worked without food and with hardly any rest because Jackie was no ordinary doctor. She was a doctor on a mission to save every life. A patient's well-being came far before her physical and mental needs. In a Mother Teresa-like fashion, she approached her work methodically and diligently to save everyone she treated. Her methods and plans paid off handsomely. Zimbabwe had the lowest death rate during the COVID through her meticulous work. A success against COVID became known all over the world. Jackie's methods outstripped those in sophisticated countries, where COVID was killing thousands of citizens like an unstoppable machine gun, which facilely broke through the feeble barriers of the useless ventilators and ineffective, poisonous, costly big pharma drugs like remdesivir and Paxlovid. Millions who listened to her speak made their angry adversaries free. By her butter-doting followers unhesitatingly took her advice that came at a minimal price and gratefully saved their lives with sighs, jibes, and merry high fives. Eventually, Jackie became a household name, but humble Jackie, like a true professional, made it clear that she neither worked for gain nor for fame. COVID for her was just another game. So when she was dragged to court, she must have found it grossly amusing at the state's false accusing. She was being tried for saving millions of lives, while her weaker colleagues in their cozy hives. Unfortunately, the captured judge, who seemed to have carried a jug, sang a different song. Like programmed robot, he unflinchingly turned a right into an obnoxious wrong. She, like all of us, was living in a corrupt world where to do a Fauci-like harm became the norm and to save lives of the sick caused an ugly storm. For poor, adorable Jackie, who refused to be anyone's lackey, it was no longer a joke. With the magistrate's poisonous single stroke, she was expelled from all her medical folk. A nightmare had just begun, and she was left out to roast in the hot Harare sun. From being a busy doctor saving lives and teaching fellow doctors to do the same, she was put to pitiful shame. She was treated like a low-down villain, even though she was never been an ugly felon. She appeared 27 times in court, but their wrong decision her testimony could not abort. A cogent defense with salted tears fell on wax-filled deaf ears of the people who shamelessly read, without any dread, the lies from Big Pharma's disinformation sheet, refusing to acknowledge Jackie's outstanding feat. Because COVID, they didn't know how to treat, even though they sat on the medical board's highest seat. For solemn Jackie, the final straw was when she was shown the door by the captured medical board, which, like a typical captured fraud, pronounced her guilty of her sins, with the explanation that was insultingly faulty. She saved thousands of lives, which the board treated like dispensable beehives. But the board still declared this brilliant doctor totally incompetent, even though the ruling was preposterously inconsistent. They ruthlessly stripped her of her license because they were completely void of a modicum of a conscience. It was truly a sad day for Zimbabwe's COVID hero to have been judged so unfairly, because a great success proved her innocence convincingly squarely. We are living in a troubled time where to do good was a treasonous crime. The world was shocked by the verdict, which was fake and easy to predict. The voices of the citizens of the world were curtailed, twisted and curled by the tyrants of the world, whose monstrous power unfurled after the verdict was brutally hurled. From the moment she fell that there was no hope, poor Jackie, like any mortal, could not cope. There was no chance of reversing the ugly tide. So to the verdict she had no choice but to abide. Jackie lost all hope, lost her will to live. She lost her purpose to live. Night after night, the mental torture she had to relive. It took her down, 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 and her decisions were becoming unsound. How does an active person, full of energy, with a brilliant mind, lives in a world so unkind, a world that made it a crime to do no harm, in line with the dictates of Big Farm? A life suddenly became empty and void of meaning or purpose. Living each empty day was a curse. She must have been in a great deal of pain when she discovered that she reached the cul-de-sac in her life, living a life ridden with strife. She made the painful decision with a clear mind and perfect precision to say goodbye to a world that went totally wrong. Without raising an alarm or singing a song, without relish, she ended a mental anguish, and she endured for so long, with a potion so strong that she made sure from this wretched world she would be surely gone. She could have left Zimbabwe and moved on to seek greater and better pastures,